This is the Tarot and Oracle forecast for the week of 7th of April 2018. We're taking a look at the broad overarching energies that will most likely influence most of your lives. Some of it will apply, some of it won't. So if you'd like something that's more applicable to your own life story, that addresses your own questions if you want answers for them, or to order that amazing soulmate reading, please contact me via the links in the description box below. Right, let's start with the relationship reading. We're going to take a look at the energies that will affect most of your relationships, or many of your relationships. It's quite a nice lineup of cards here. You get the hammock, you get the wishbone, these are the tea leaf cards by the way, you get the vulture, you get the pin, and you get the ring. I also pulled some angel romance cards. We'll take a look at those just now. So the hammock says taking a vacation mentally or physically. So for a lot of you this week, or some of you this week, relationships are not going to weigh too heavily on your mind. Even if you're looking for one, or you're involved in a relationship, whatever the case may be, there's a bit of a quieter energy moving in. For others of you, a wish will be granted this week. Something regarding relationships, a wish is granted this week. It doesn't feel big. It's a small wish. That's just kind of the feeling I'm getting. It doesn't feel like a big energy. It feels like a smallish one. Still, a wish granted is a wish granted. Nothing to sneeze at. Then you get the vulture, which says depression, anxiety, worry that someone's against you, followed by the pin, which is a new job or career. I have a feeling that those two energies are kind of attached to one another. Some of you have been so preoccupied with the sort of materialistic side of life. You need a job, or your job's not going well. You're worried, you're anxious, and of course this affects your potential to either pull in a relationship, if that's what you're looking for, a new relationship, or in an existing relationship. It does have its problems. But a new job or career then shows up. For those of you that have been worrying about this and it has been impacting on your relationship life, that's about to change. There's a bit of good news coming for some of you where career is concerned, about getting work or getting more money in, whatever the case may be. So this is possibly also why it eases off on the relationship side of your life, because you're not so worried and stressed. Then there's a ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Some of you are getting proposals this week. Congratulations, that's absolutely lovely. Right, the 3 romance angel cards that came up is calling in your soulmate, pay attention to the red flags, and worth waiting for. Once again, I do not think this is a continuous story. To me, these feel like 3 prevailing energies, one of which could most likely affect your life, possibly all 3, but I'm more inclined to think it's mostly one of these energies. So the calling in your soulmate says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So those of you that have been doing the work in calling in your soulmate, this is the week where that person actually manifests in your life. But this is very specifically for those of you that have been doing the work to call in a soulmate. I have given some of you that have ordered readings the manifestation, shall we say, prayers and rituals to do to call in somebody. They're very lovely. So for those of you that have been doing the work, this week, jackpot. Okay, the other one says pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. I think for some of you in your relationships, there's been a bit of warning signs, there's been a bit of red flags waving, whatever they may be. Maybe you're not paying enough time, spending enough time with your partner. That message has come through for some of you. Pay attention to those red flags. They are warning signs. Care and attention is needed in the relationship. Then the worth waiting for card comes forth. Divine timing is at work in your life. Those of you that are still waiting on relationships, and there are many of you, it's a case of there is divine timing at work. You still have some more exploration to do in your life. Your soulmate, whom you're waiting for, possibly still has a bit of work to do in their lives. And everything needs to be right. The right time, the right place. Both of you need to be ready for one another as well. So there's still a little bit more waiting for some of you to do. But the wait is worth it. So those of you that are still waiting and have been waiting for quite a while now, if it doesn't manifest this week, just remember it's timing at work here. It's divine timing at work, and it is going to be worth waiting for. Right, so the career reading. What we have here is the tent, the archway, the ant, the finger, the flag, and the four-leaf clover. Here we have a story working out where careers are concerned. There's a definite kind of energy or energies that combine, that thread through a story this week. There's a temporary situation where careers are concerned. So for all of you, something within your career sector is a temporary situation. If you're looking for a career, this is temporary. If there's a spot or a need or a want or a problem in your career that is not working through, this is temporary. Because there are new opportunities and possibilities and paths opening up for the archway. The ant says work, achievement, and success. So keep working hard at whatever it is that you want within your career. You will achieve success. The situation at the moment is temporary. It's not going to stay like that. The finger says warning of a problem either now or in the future. The flag says do not be tempted to lower your standards. And the four-leaf clover says great good fortune. Now this is very interesting, this reading. So something's going to crop up this week. And you're going to be tempted to do something which is not your best or finest moment. That's the message that came through. And the 3 tarot cards that came with this underlines it. It says, don't go down that road. Whatever your reaction or whatever you are tempted to do that will not be your finest moment, don't go there. Because this problem that crops up this week actually turns out to be great good fortune at a later stage. You're going to see that. Because you get the 8 of Fire as your tarot card, the Justice card, and the Messenger of Water. Now the 8 of Fire talks about gathering momentum. It's as if, you know, when you've lit a fire and it starts to burn and the fire gets bigger and bigger and eventually you have something you can really cook something wonderful on. That is what is starting to happen now. So you're feeling that energy building up. The Justice card to me always speaks about karma. It always speaks about due reward for the efforts that you have put in. So that is what is busy happening here. You will get your due rewards for the effort you have put in. The Messenger of Fire cautions not to give in to resentment or jealousy or anger, but especially resentment and jealousy. Now this lines up quite. Sorry about Tiger in the background, guys. The puppy's still learning to keep quiet. So the Messenger of Water says that when that problem crops up, don't be tempted to get angry, resentful, or jealous. Because remember, the four-leaf clover, great good fortune is actually going to be the outcome of this problem. Right, so if we take a look at your happiness cards, to me this is always the part of the reading that describes what your soul wants you to experience. It's your evolutionary path, basically, your growth and expansion. You get the Key card, the Older Woman, the Chair Empty, the Tiger, the Bouquet, and the Sunrise. It's actually quite an interesting little story coming up here. So the Key says a successful outcome to your problem. So to remember this week, something crops up. There's a problem cropping up for us this week. Whatever it may be, there's a successful outcome to this. If at the time it doesn't seem so, don't worry about it, because there is a successful outcome. Their dealings or a relationship with an older woman. So some of you, the problem this week that crops up could be courtesy of an older woman, be it in your career, be it in your family, just be it somebody that sort of has a conflict with you this week or overrides your thoughts or decisions, whatever the case may be. For others of you, someone is leaving your life, okay? So I think these are the 2 major themes of whatever that problem will be. So it could even be in the work sector, family sector, home sector, whatever the case may be. Someone's leaving. For others of you, there's an older woman that is the source of the conflict this week. But there will be successful outcomes, so don't worry too much about it. The Tiger says doing something risky and taking a chance. The Bouquet says compliments from an admirer. And the Sunrise says new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. The Tiger card, doing something risky, taking a chance. It's interesting this came up because yesterday I sat in discussion with somebody about this, how taking chances in life is something we don't really do too much anymore. And I'm not talking about taking chances as in what we do, Jen. You know, we jump in a car and we travel. I'm talking about taking a chance when we are scared of doing something. Taking a chance on something which we feel is not a definite outcome. I'm not talking about stupid chances. I'm not talking about when you do something and in your heart you know someone's going to hurt you if you get involved with them. Or in your heart you know this is not going to pan out, but you just go ahead anyway, hoping for the best. I'm not talking that kind of chance. I'm talking about when an opportunity comes up and it stretches your limitations, it stretches your belief system of how limiting life can be, taking that risk or chance. Because it's after that compliments come from an admirer, and new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start can happen. Because we have a look at the tarot cards that you get the Messenger of Earth, the Four of Earth, and the Queen of Earth. So this is interesting, very interesting. The Messenger of Earth talks about doggedly doing what you know can pay dividends in the end. Doing your due diligence for something, working hard at something, knowing it will work out in the end. But from a practical aspect, the Earth cards is practical. This is not castles in the sky, pie in the sky. This is knowing practically something can work if you work hard at it. The Four of Earth speaks about if your foundations are shaken, knowing they're solid enough to withstand it. That problem that crops up this week. Your foundations are solid enough to withstand whatever that problem is. Don't crumble. The Queen of Earth speaks about that knowledge that whatever manifests is going to be in your best interests in the end. And if you've been working hard and you've kept a positive mind and you have allowed growth and expansion in your life, what manifests eventually will always, always be good for you. Right, I hope that you enjoyed that reading. I would like to repeat again, if you would like a personal or private reading or that truly amazing soulmate reading, please contact me via the links in the description box below. Thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, and subscribing. Thank you very much.